Hey guys, super pumped to show you this new Ultimate MainStage Collection 5 product. Basically what this product is it's all the additional Hillsong Worship There Is More sounds. So obviously, yeah, there were patches that were released prior to the album that I did use on the album, but these are all the additional sounds. If you go to Multitracks and click on any of the songs from the There Is More album, for example, New Wine, and then click on the Patches tab over here, it's going to show you which sounds were used on this song. So as you can see, I did use a lot of patches from the Complete Worship Bundle on this song and on a lot of other songs. So that's available there. It's also available in an Ableton format, which is amazing. The guys really did a great job helping me to convert it from MainStage to Ableton. And we're going to look at also converting the Ultimate MainStage Collection 5 into an Ableton format for all of you Ableton users. Cool. Let's go back to the product. In addition to all these 34 sounds, if you're a Complete Worship Bundle user, you get 7 song-specific multis. So you get Be Still, New Wine, The Lord's Prayer, Valentine, You Are Life, and those are song-specific. So they've got all the different main elements to them, like the bass, the pad, the swell pad, the pro lead, sky lead, for example, for Be Still with the piano as well. So those are song-specific multis that you get for free, and it's just a drag and drop into the Complete Worship Bundle if you own that product as well. I'm going to do a follow-up video showing you those multis specifically, but in this video I'm just going to show you the individual patches. Okay, let's get on to some sound examples. First of all, I'll just explain a little bit about what this pan spread thing is. I did this for the Ultimate MainStage Collection, I did this for the Ultimate Analog Collection 2, where I simulated the pan spread knob on the OB6. And basically what it does is it gives you a wider sound. It's doing round robin and sample sharing and panning left and right. A little hard to explain, but basically what it does is it makes the patch a lot wider. So this, for example, OB Aggressive is the non-pan spread version, which only uses 1 channel strip, and the OB Aggressive pan spread version uses 2. Okay, let's get on to some audio examples. So I'm going to show you the OB Aggressive non-pan spread version, then I'll show you the pan spread, so you can kind of compare and hear what the difference is between the two. So as you can hear, the pan spread version is a lot wider, and if you don't want it quite that wide, but you still want the pan spread version, you can always go over to the channel strips and make the panning less exaggerated. So that's another option. Cool, let's go to the OBCS80 strings. I'll just use the pan spread versions because you've kind of heard the difference between the two, so that'll save me a bit of time. So this next OB sample is reminiscent of an old Yamaha CS80 patch, which is why I've named it like I have, an old Yamaha CS80 string patch. So yeah, one of my favorites, and it was used on New Wine. So I really love that patch. Obviously you can make all of these mellow if you want to by just moving the mod wheel down. So I'll do the same thing and just build it and show you what you can do if you want a more mellow kind of OB sound. So for all of these patches, the mod wheel has been mapped to the low pass filter, but I've had a few people ask me how do you turn this off, so it's really easy to do. You just go down to the channel strip settings in the right hand corner, open them up and literally just turn the on button off. So this turns off the low pass filter. You can also edit it if you wanted it to, like for example, start brighter, just move it up a bit. If you wanted it to start more mellow, you can move it the other way. But that's basically how you turn it on and off. And if you're a complete worship bundle user and you've already got a low pass filter set up on one of the buses, just turn it off like I've just shown you there, and obviously save it so you don't have to keep on doing it every time you open the template. But that's really easy to do inside the XS24 player. Okay, let's move on to Mellotron Strings. You might be wondering why the song names have a star next to them. That's because out of respect for the other guys that played on the album and created sounds from the album, I've put a star next to it. So I didn't actually do the Mellotron string sounds on the album, and so I have not tagged it on multitracks out of kind of respect for them and giving them the opportunity to put their own patches up on multitracks and tag their specific songs. As you know, multitracks sells the official patches that were used on the Hillsong albums, so all the ones that are tagged on multitracks are the actual official patches. This is not. This is just a Mellotron string sound that I like, and it is reminiscent of the string Mellotron sound that was used on the album, so that's the reasoning behind that. It's a great Mellotron string sound that you can use for these songs, but it wasn't used on the original. The same goes with the You Are Life patch. I did not create the sound. I've created a sound which you can use for it, but it wasn't the official one. So I just want to respect everyone's creativity and all the other guys that played on the album, and not kind of say this is the official patch if it isn't. So that's the reasoning behind that. So let's give you an audio example of this Mellotron Strings patch. So a really nice vintage Mellotron string sound. If you don't know what a Mellotron is, it's basically a really old sampler keyboard. The way they used to sample instruments back then, well, for the Mellotron anyway, was to sample it onto tape. And so what you're hearing is a tape playback of a sampled string sound. So that is kind of the history, very short history of what a Mellotron is. Let's go to Trance String Wide. This one was used on You Are Life. Let's go down to the Obi Bright Pan Spread. This one was used on a few songs, The Passion, So Will I, The Lord's Prayer. So I'll just play a random chord progression using it so you can get a feel for what this patch sounds like. So that patch can be used as a pad or a lead because it's got a fast attack at the front end of it. And you can make it mellow or bright like I showed you with the mod wheel there. Let's go down to, let's show you this OB filter. So like I said before, this is not the official patch that was used on the album. I think maybe Matt Tenney or maybe Nathan Hughes created it and used it for the album. This is just a version that you could use if you want to for Your Life. Obviously I used a little bit of shimmer on that. You can add as much or as little for every single patch. Let's go down to this one. So this is a pan spread version. I did a little Instagram video recently, just me mucking around with this. It's really kind of funky. It's the same as this one, but it's pan spread obviously, so it's a little bit wider. So you can really get some cool funky kind of vibes by using this sound. So just a little bit of fun with that patch. Let's go on to these combination patches. So as the name suggests, they're actually combinations of all of these pads put together. I've created pan spread versions, a soft attack if you want a softer, slower attack at the front end of the sound. Works better for pads, but not as well for leads, so I've given you some options. Let's go with the pan spread version first, and then I'll show you the soft attack version. So a really big pad sound because I've combined a whole lot of different pads. You can even make it bigger if you want by putting some shimmer into the equation, but that's up to you. Okay, so let's move on to the ARPs and leads. This first one, OB Computer Pluck, was used on Your Life. So really cool plucky ARP sound there. Let's go down. I'll skip some of these. As you already know probably by now, all of these are up on multi-tracks with audio examples for every single sound. So the ones that I'm skipping, just go up there and you can hear the individual audio examples for those. Okay, this is the patch, or one of the patches that was used on New Wine. So that patch was the main lead line for New Wine. I actually doubled it with two of the patches from the Complete Worship bundle to create that lead sound for that. But like I said before, this bundle comes with 7 song multis for the Complete Worship bundle. So I combine them all together so you can play them the exact way that they'll play it on the album. Let's skip down and go to the Lord's Prayer OB Pulse pad. So this is this one. Let's go on to the Touch of Heaven ARP that was used on the album. Okay, so these bottom ones are all combination ARPs, so I'll just go through them and quickly show you the difference between these ones. So there you go. I like to use ARPs with reverb a lot of the time, which is why I pushed the shimmer volume up for those. Okay, moving down to the last few, we've got basses. So this sub bass is an Alchemy replica of the Model D that we used on the album. Like I said before, it's got a star, so this is not the official patch that was used on the album. I did not record the Moog Model D bass for this, but you could use this for Be Still as well. So here you go. Okay, let's go down to the Digi bass, the Lord's Prayer, Valentine, and Your Life were the songs that I use this on. I'll show you the wide version as well while we're at it. Okay, just the last couple now. Obi pluck bass. This was used on the Lord's Prayer. I'll show you the chorus version as well. Okay, so that's the walkthrough video. Like I said before, just go to Multitracks and check out the rest of the audio examples if you want to hear more audio examples of them. So that's it from me. Thanks again for watching.